If you're a foreigner planning a trip to the German city of Bielefeld, you may make the mistake of going onto the internet to ask some Germans for their advice. And you'll then be mystified by dozens of responses all telling you that you are the victim of a conspiracy. Bielefeld, they will tell you, does not exist. And before I go any further with this video, I just want to say to any Germans who may be watching, please, it's getting old. It's not funny anymore. This is the Bielefeld conspiracy, which is actually a satire, a joke. It alleges that the city of Bielefeld does not actually exist, but that they want you to think that it does. The story begins with a computer scientist called Achim Held, who in 1993 attended a party where he met somebody from Bielefeld. Now, accounts differ as to exactly what happened next, but in an interview with Der Spiegel, Held himself said that another friend spontaneously responded with, "Bielefeld doesn't exist." The partygoers had fun with this and soon spun a story of how the existence of Bielefeld was a huge conspiracy to cover something up. Held wrote down the conspiracy and, because he was a computer scientist, published it on the internet. This was the early days of the internet and it was originally a Usenet post. It's now available on the web for everyone to read. It speaks throughout of a mysterious group of people known only as them, who maintain the fiction of a city called Bielefeld for some purpose. They go to great lengths to conceal the non-existence of Bielefeld. Government agents will put up signs on the Autobahn pointing to Bielefeld, create fictional websites, simulate an entire telephone exchange, and even drive cars with fake Bielefeld registrations. Obviously, they are extremely powerful and therefore dangerous, and anyone claiming to have been to Bielefeld is either one of them or has been brainwashed by them. The joke caught the public imagination, much to Held's own surprise, and now it is impossible to mention in conversation the city of Bielefeld without a chorus of voices denouncing you as one of them. Even Angela Merkel isn't immune to this. In 2012, she gave a speech mentioning a recent visit she'd made to the city and added, "Assuming it exists. I was under the impression I was there." Bielefeld itself still isn't sure quite how to react to this. On the one hand, council officials keep getting phone calls and emails from people claiming to believe the conspiracy, which just annoys them and wastes their time. On the other hand, they will allude to the conspiracy for marketing purposes, such as the 1999 April Fool's press statement with the title, "Bielefeld does exist." Students at the university were inspired to make an action thriller movie, although in that movie Bielefeld does exist. It's under the control of a shadowy organisation that has developed a deadly weapon. Apparently there are a few people who believe the conspiracy is real, but they have to be very small in number. Most Germans do understand it as a joke. It's just that there are a lot of people who don't understand when it's appropriate to make a joke and when it isn't. Like, for example, when some poor unsuspecting American is just asked if there are any nice castles in the area. There are some things to see and do in Bielefeld, although it may not be Germany's most exciting or beautiful city. I'm not sure that it is worth a detour. But I do know it exists because I once attended a conference there. Or did I? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not send me a postcard? Here's the address. Or visit Rewboss.com, follow me on Twitter, subscribe to my blog. In another version of the story, Held had already published his basic theory on Usenet when he went to the party. He was the one who said, "That doesn't exist," which in German is also an expression of surprise.